surprise, Mackenzie has a sister, but when you're raised as a golden child, no one else can exist. Now, I want to dig deep into the layers of a family dynamic, dysfunctional family dynamic, where one is raised as a golden child and one becomes a scapegoat, the container for all the problems, all the blame. Because I know a lot of you guys watch this channel and some of you are the scapegoat. Some of you are the golden child. And even though the golden child is the star, it comes with its own consequences, as we see. So come on into the chat, come on into the room with this video, like and subscribe. Now, do you know your placement in your family? Are you the...
Hey everybody, so we've all been wondering about her secret sister. Denise Brady, a licensed therapist, put this video out about a week ago. It was about June 9th of 2026. I thought that this would be a great video to react on. Tell me what you think in your comments below. Please keep in mind this is a reaction channel, and the new Netflix documentary that was put out a couple of weeks ago is now what is putting this case back in the front of the limelight. All right, y'all, let's go.
Golden child, the scapegoat, the clown, the mascot? Which role do you play? Or have you decided to go no contact? I'm Denise Brady, your favorite therapist. Divorce is trauma. Divorce is grief. But here's some of the dynamics, the blame, the placating, the Mackenzie can do no wrong. But Danielle, where's her sister? Happy y'all didn't know until a couple of my videos she even had a sister. But she's been riddled with blame, shame, discomfort, all for the sake of her younger sister, because yes, Danielle is the oldest. And you sometimes think of family dynamics where the oldest is the one who has to be responsible, take all the blame, take all the weight, be the mediator from your family. But let's look into dynamics of being the scapegoat versus the golden child in Mackenzie's case.
This right here is Mackenzie's sister that we honestly did not know that she had up until recently. My take on that was maybe a couple of weeks ago. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below.
Okay, say that last part again. I would just never said anything when people would make fun of her and shit for that. Yeah. That's what you just did. You're putting that in. No, Danny needs to defend herself and be like, bitch, my sister's innocent. That's what she's going to say. And if she has... Yes, that's my sister. You know, she's innocent. There's more going on than you know. I wouldn't even say that. I'd be like, bitch, my sister's innocent. Get the fuck out of my face. Right. Yeah, that's what she's going to say.
Wow, that mom is still kissing that ass. Girl, stop being her friend and start being her mom. No, that is not how you talk to people, in my opinion.
Oh, and yeah, watch out talking to Gavin. I don't know if Sammy and Gavin are still dating. But, so if Sammy feels that way, maybe Gavin does. Okay.
Look at them, mother and daughter bonding from a jail cell. Some of y'all feel like her mama should be right there in her, because basically she's living her whole life through the jail cell of her daughter. When there's actually a child at home who needs care, but in this dysfunctional family system, only one can exist. The older sister has to be there to be the container, to absorb the energy, the dysfunction that the family was built on and breathing on. The family is still breathing off the dysfunctionality. But this sister is somewhere in the darkness. And I wonder if she's always been in the darkness. And how many of you guys can relate to feeling like you don't have value? Your only role is to make sure other people in the family structure feel good about themselves. A lot of these tapes reveal that Mackenzie is the powerful one, the one they look up to. Even though she's in prison, mama's still living her life through the daughter.
I believe, y'all, and I think that some of us think she's the older sister, some of us think she's the younger sister, but I think that Danny is the younger sister because they have a video out by, was it YouTube Streets? And they show where she was graduating Strongsville High last year. I think she's 2 years younger than Mackenzie, But I also think, although I haven't confirmed, and I don't know if this is a fact or not, that Steve Sharilla has an older daughter that's like somewhere in her 30s or something, and her name is Danielle. So if that's true, and then we have Danny, who is right here, who is, I believe, 2 years younger than Mackenzie, I guess that can get confusing to us. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments below.
She's lost who she is. I don't know if she ever knew who she was, to be truly honest with you. But there is another girl there. And I wonder about her life. I wonder about her worth. What was poured into her as a child? What's missing? That my sister, my younger sister, is in prison. And still I don't exist. Still I have to absorb the shame of the family. As a therapist, my heart goes out to her. Because to live your whole life like you don't exist, and then to have this tragic thing happen to so many other families, and still my mama sits on the phone with my sister. Because I don't have the worth in my mother's eyes to spend time with, to be present with, to live with. Think about that. The projection that's happening, and how as a child you internalize that. You learn early on your presence is only here to meet the needs of other people. And how is that conditioning poured into you, invested in you to be that person, to be the scapegoat? And will she ever share her story? Now let's hear some of these other tapes.
Now they lost privileges. They having a best friend, so I moved her bed to the floor. Why can't she have a best friend? Because I can't. There's so much. There's the stuff. She just leaves bags of food and like bowls and shit on her bed. That's just no way it smells in her room. She likes the son I never had.
Wow.
That mama is something else. She has the most fairly odd dynamic with her daughter Mackenzie. Mackenzie, my nickname for her is Shirley DeVille. And then her mom is like a gnat. She's like a gnat at a barbecue. If she keeps on talking to you, you just want to swat her away because you feel like the more you're exposed to her stupidness might, transfer over to you. So you just like want to swat her away and shit. That's kind of what she reminds me of. And then, her daughter reminds me of basically like Shirley DeVille, like Cruella DeVille, in the Dalmatians, but I mean, like, she's just like, I don't know, man, I see nothing but red. Just my opinion. And look how precious her sister is. I believe it's her younger sister. I could be, mom, trash, talk young. I really do think that she's exactly 2 years younger than Mackenzie. She just graduated Strongsville High School last year. Again, YouTube Streets did put out like a little brief of her graduating Strongsville. I think it's the older sister, allegedly, that he had from another marriage that might be in her 30s that's named Danielle. I think that's where the confusion's coming in. Anybody know any facts on that? Let me know in the comments below.
The son I never had. And now I hear these things as a child, as an adult, in my home. But now I hear it through the internet. Now everyone else gets to hear what I've been dealing with. The shame, the guilt. Once again, my sister gets to be up there. The success, I'm just like, the success of what? The tragic loss of 2 other people. That is her success story. Let's take a minute. Because in this family, Mackenzie being the golden child, her success is taking the lives of 2 other people. Any failure that Mackenzie had to be externalized, had to be pushed out. It was never her fault. But it's her sister's fault that she's hungry. She needs attention, food, and maybe she's hiding food in her room because she's fearful of going out. She's using food to cope. A lot of people use food to cope because food doesn't talk down to you. It makes you feel good. And the way you feel in the moment of just eating that snack, But that's something no one, really talks about, is how a lot of people cope through eating. There's a lot of blame. How could you let yourself get that big? The blame from your parents, the criticalness, always in the back of your mind. While your thin sister still can do no wrong, no accountability, no fault. My identity as an older sister was stolen from me as a youth. Now, as an adult woman, whenever people hear my name, who do they associate me with? The golden child, Mackenzie. There's no right or wrong. With the parents of Mackenzie, everyone is against us.
Oh, she wouldn't go there. Like, what's wrong? She's like, I have no nervous nose and I can't figure out why. I'm like, okay, so I went up there. I'm like, oh my god. You know that kind of thing they make from the cookies. She had that shit under her bed. She makes it sometimes because of right? And then there was one of the bowl, well, it's milk. And yeah, and she likes to say she hates candy, but that's just eat straight sugar. That is.
I wonder about some of you guys who relate to.
That is certainly a sign of not getting enough attention at home. And I really hope Danny has not had to listen to any of these jailhouse calls on the internet. I'm just want to let you know, if you do happen to run across my channel by any chance, I am so sorry, girl. You will not be judged over here with our community we have over here. We worried about you. We wondering where you are. Are you okay? We know that these jailhouse calls that they're dropping slowly but surely are from 2023, so they are old. However, once again, the Netflix movie that just came out the middle of May is the reason why this case is being brought back up to life again and why these calls are being released. I know that there's been several comments in my comments saying this is old news, why are you reporting it? We are reporting it because of the Netflix documentary and how the police and our courthouse is dropping these calls right now. So we're aware that it's old but new news.
The older sister being mocked, being the butt of the joke. She might be at home hearing these conversations. And to know that not only am I just my parents saying this about me, people listening to my life on the internet. Notice how there haven't been any conversations about her. She's just been the container for the pain, the emotions, shame, the conflict. Do the parents ever bring her up? We've heard so many jail calls, so many interviews. The daddy, I'm still waiting for the Chris Cuomo interview. Yeah, I know I'm going to talk about that one when it drops.
Well, I can let you know right now, girl, he does not bring up that daughter of his. People are still reacting on the Chris Cuomo video because, see, here's another thing too, guys. The documentary's of 2026. The parents have come out in 2026 contradicting 99% of what they're saying on these jailhouse calls that were done in 2023 but are now being released. So I just want to answer those comments that I've been getting on videos that I have been dropping. We all know that these calls were from 2023. But once again, we are reacting on this because it is now put back in front of the light. I apologize if you don't agree with what we're talking about. You can move on to somewhere else. All I can tell you is that we're sorry, but the parents have coming out now, so it is new.
And I wonder if, as an older sister, as the scapegoat, I want to say escape, as the scapegoat, if you can ever really unlearn, reparent yourself when you're still living in that system. So many people come to me for therapy and they want to heal and work on the system that they're still living in. And it's so hard for me to help you repair yourself, overcome those things. When the problem, you leave therapy and you go right back into that, whether it's a relationship, a marriage, sibling rivalry. She's stuck in this dysfunctional system. And some people might say maybe she has a mental disorder, illness that her parents are embarrassed of or ashamed. You would much rather put
If that is true, shame on you, Sharillas. Y'all should never be ashamed of your child. You should love your child unconditionally no matter what, unless you have a Sharilla DeVille. My opinion only. And if I'm not mistaken, Strongsville, Ohio is like a small town, okay? And the sister did graduate high school in 2025 from Strongsville High. I will get confirmation on that. So once again, we are reporting on old new news. What do y'all think in the comments below about what therapist Denise Bradley is saying or about these dynamics?
Killer on a pedestal that really sit with possibly whatever the older sister is dealing with mentally. I want you to look at that. Much rather have conversations, fight for, go to the Supreme Court. But you have a daughter here who's done nothing wrong. But because, according to the internet, something might be wrong with her, she's invisible. Imagine growing up in a household the whole time you're there, but you're invisible. Your parents are always arguing.
Whether you're invisible or not, whether you have mental health disorders or not, you should not be invisible to your parents. You still need your parents. You always need your parents, no matter how old you are. And if we were to talk about mental disorders, let's get real here. Mackenzie's got a lot of them, okay? Okay? Y'all need help, Sharillas. That's my opinion. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments below. I personally can rant about people who treat people like with real mental disorders. Like if her sister does have one, you're treating her badly. I have a real problem with that. That's like a thing that is within me. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below.
You see your sister get in trouble, daddy run into her, mama run into her. And I wonder about, once again, what are the standards that her older sister had to live up to? And once she showed the parents she couldn't live up to those standards, being blamed, you internalize, you blame yourself, and you're being punished for having food in the room.
It makes like no sense. Makes no sense. So I removed. She no longer gets. And then there was like 5 pee bags under there that were empty. She can't have it. She can't have it. Run it out. She slept on the floor now with her bed. It's on the floor. I thought you like. I thought like you were in her bed. I thought you were gonna say nothing crazy. No. What? No. Oh, speaking of that, somebody was online saying how there was no.
I'm sorry, I gotta hurry up and pause this. It sounds like drugs under her bed would have been better than food. Lady, what is wrong with you?
Parental supervision with you and stuff. This was the party house.
Because there wasn't. Was that me?
Like, how many people agree with that shit?
And what did Mackenzie learn? What did both children learn? All right. Mackenzie learned that I don't have to take accountability. The rules don't apply to me. My parents, love me. There's no condition. Okay? Accountability is for other people. Accountability? I am exceptional. I'm the queen. Cinderella over here. Give me some snacks. Drive me around.
You're only gonna impress me, Sharilla DeVille, whenever you can actually shit out fucking glitter. Sorry to those who don't like my swearing. That girl also roused me up. But when you can poop out glitter out of your butthole, then you might impress me. Other than that, you put on your pants leg one step at a time like everybody else does in the morning, girl.
Mackenzie, I am above consequence. Even in prison. She's not experiencing consequences. Do y'all realize that? Access to phones, 8 hours of phone calls. Mama sit on the phone with her all day. Fans probably put money on her commissary. Allegedly, sugar daddies be doing the same thing. She got jewelry, she got her hair done, she got a Netflix camera in front of her. So what did both girls learn? What did Mackenzie learn? But on the other side of it, her sister had to learn some hard things. I am never enough. My pain doesn't matter. I am a joke. I am the container for the problems. and something is fundamentally wrong with me.
I really, really hope, Danny, that you do not feel that way. I know that she's a licensed therapist, so she knows how this goes. I just want to let you know, if you ever do run across my little channel over here, we all love you. We don't judge you, and we want you to know that you are very special and that you're worth everything. God does not make junk. That's my opinion only. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. We have reacted to Denise Brady. It's titled The Sibling Nobody Talked About, Family Systems, and the Mackenzie Shirilla Case. So if you want to watch the whole video without my reactions and interruptions, please go over there and do that. I really hope that you guys stick around, like, subscribe, and share, and come back tomorrow for another new video. Everyone have a great day.